What's going on? My name is Guy Neighbors, and I'm an advocate for justice paralegal service. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to get control of your foreclosure and learn what you need to be doing right now, my name is Guy Neighbors with Advocates for Justice Foreclosure Defense Paralegal Service. Today, we're going to cover vacated foreclosure judgment and where to get the legal documents you need to get the job done. So let's just start right now. If the judge ruled against you and unlawfully gave your house away to crooks, I have the motion you need to move the court to vacate the foreclosure judgment against your property. This package can help you get your foot back in the door so you can fight with an unconventional strategy this time. When you get back in the door, we're going to do things different this time than you did the first time. My strategies challenge the court's jurisdiction, which means you can bring this challenge on any time. Challenge jurisdiction is never time barred. So you could bring this on anytime, and the issues that we discuss, I'm sure, fit your situation. This legal package to vacate the judgment is on sale now for a ridiculously low price of $75 for a limited time. And guys, don't let that low price mess with your head, okay? Because this document is the same documents that I produce in the other packages, and I'm pretty sure it'll get the job done for you. This package contains the following 5 documents. Number 1, the motion to vacate the judgment. And the reason you're asking to vacate the judgment is because you're challenging the court's jurisdiction for 5 or 6 different things, and we'll go over that later on. Okay, the second document is United States of America Affidavit of State Citizenship. This document you will file with a copy of your birth certificate to verify that you are a state citizen of the Republic state you were born in. And once you can verify that, you're no longer subject to the statutory jurisdiction of the court without an injured party. And they never have an injured party because they have no witness. You will also get, third, the motion for $5.5 million in sanctions against the attorney that filed the foreclosure against your property. And this motion for sanctions is something that we've used quite a bit, and the attorneys do not like it. Basically, it's like a counterclaim inside of your motion to vacate without having to do a lawsuit and go through all of that stuff. Because under Rule 11, attorneys are supposed to do a reasonable pre-filing investigation before they file these lawsuits in court going after people's property, and they never do. They never, most of the time, they never even produce an affidavit. If they do produce an affidavit, it's something to the effect of, I've attested to the records. You know, so you're basically getting sued by the records, which is totally ridiculous. But attorneys don't address this stuff, and people haven't figured it out yet. So the fourth document is going to be a notice of recusal that you can file against the judge that actually granted the foreclosure judgment against your property. And the last document is the restraining order injunction. And obviously that'll be filed last. And the reason we file that last, and I say this in most situations, now if your situation is different, then you may want to file the documents in a different order depending on your game plan. But if you're already evicted from your house, or you already got a judgment against you and you're facing eviction or you're evicted, then I would probably file the restraining order last. The strategy behind this is if you file the restraining order last, you can use all of the things that you already filed to support the restraining order, because they're not going to be able to respond to anything you file on the merits. So your restraining order will be filed last after you get all the supporting documents filed on the record. Now, the motion to vacate the judgment is pretty simple. You're moving to vacate the judgment because the court didn't have jurisdiction, and we'll go over the reasons why later. The affidavit of state citizenship, you're filing that to verify your state citizenship status, which removes you from the court's jurisdiction, and you can use that later on to challenge the judgment if they don't agree, and you can challenge the judgment. And what you're doing here also is getting all these things on the court record, so you will be able to use them in your appeal. The conventional foreclosure defense process, by the time you get to court and they throw you under the bus, you have nothing on the record for the appeal. in the non-conventional process strategy that we're putting together, you're going to get your stuff on the record. So by the time they throw you under the bus, you'll already have on the record what you need to go into the appellate court challenging the court's jurisdiction. The restraining order obviously speaks for itself, so everyone knows what the restraining order is all about. This is my way of helping out during this coronavirus mess. You know, they're saying that, you know, the foreclosures are, you know, the payments are stopped and they can't throw you out and they can't do all this stuff just to make it sound nice. Okay, at the end of this time period, they're not going to let you slide on the payments. And they haven't said they're going to move the payments to the back side of the loan and give you a break on that. They haven't said none of that. They're just saying everything's been stopped right now. But when this is over with, they're going to go forward, and a lot of people are going to be facing foreclosure or in trouble because of sitting around all this time with everything closed up and nobody going to work. So this is my way of helping out and to help people out, help families out so they don't get kicked out of their house. Or in this case, this is my way of helping families that have been kicked out of their house get back in their house. And this is kind of new for us because we've been fighting foreclosure on the front side, and we haven't really done a whole lot on the back side to help people get back in their house. So that's what this is about. Now, keep in mind too, when you invest in one of my packages, if you need documents down the road to help you with the goal that you signed up for, I don't charge extra money for those documents. So you won't have to worry about getting nickel and dime to death. My goal is to have a package set up to help achieve what we need to have done. And if we have to add things to it later, that's fine, because those things eventually will be added in the package anyway. So that's the way we roll here. Now, the problem homeowners face in foreclosure court is the judge and the attorneys use unlawful procedures to violate your rights and give your house away to the crooks. Most people have no idea they've been violated. Most people have no idea what's going on or what the court's supposed to be doing during the proceedings when the judge and attorneys fail to follow the statute that mandate their conduct. Most people do not know the magistrate judge needs consent from all parties to have jurisdiction to rule in your case. This is a huge thing because in a lot of cases that I've seen, the magistrate judge gets involved and the magistrate judge writes a report to the district judge and then provides that report to the district judge to dismiss your case because of some procedural issue or something stupid. And the district judge dismisses the case without even looking at your documents. And that whole process is illegal because the magistrate judge does not have jurisdiction to be involved in your case without consent from all parties. And if you don't believe me, Google magistrate judge consent form and then put your state in there. And more than likely you'll pull up the consent form for your state, and it shows the statute right there on the form that mandates the judge's conduct. And it clearly states in that statute that the judge does not have jurisdiction without consent from all parties. So when the district judge reassigns, and this happens a lot, but particularly in South Carolina, when the district judge reassigns the foreclosure case to a lower judge without the party's consent, that judge violated the law that gives him or her jurisdiction. And in South Carolina, it would be when the district judge reassigns the foreclosure case to the master of equity judge. And that judge is actually in the list on their website. The master of equity judge is below the magistrate judge. So the magistrate judge needs to have consent, the master of equity judge needs to have consent, and the district judge needed to have consent to hand your case down to a lower judge in the first place. They're all doing this, okay, to speed up the process. They've put these things in place to speed this process up because they need to keep up with all the houses they're stealing from people. So when the master of equity judge rules in your case without consent, the judge also violated the statutes providing the court with jurisdiction. When the judge violates the very statute providing him or her with jurisdiction, he has no jurisdiction to make the ruling, and everything that he ruled or she ruled on is considered void. Now, this is where you begin the journey to get yourself back in the court to fight for your house. There are other issues that rob the court of jurisdiction. The attorney never provided a witness to provide jurisdiction to the court. 2, the attorney filed the foreclosure in the wrong court. The attorney is considered a foreign agent and as such must file his claim in federal court, not state court. The attorney is a foreign agent and as such, his claim against a state citizen must be filed in federal court. The lender claimed the mortgage loss on the insurance and the attorney purchased the alleged debt and is acting as an illegal third-party debt collector in the foreclosure case. That's pretty much what's going on. The lenders claim the insurance, mortgage insurance, and then the attorneys bid on the alleged debt and start acting as debt collectors, unlawfully collecting. So, fourth, there is a fatal flaw in foreclosure lawsuit that was filed in state court. The attorney listed the lender as a plaintiff, and the attorney's law firm is the real plaintiff without standing. That's a fatal flaw to the action just by itself. In this video, we'll discuss the illegal procedures the court used against you and the strategies you need to use and where to get the documents you need to effectively challenge the court's jurisdiction and get your foot back in the door. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to do different with this package, since I'm offering it for $75 and it's to help people get back in court, there's probably going to be a lot of people that need to use it. So the support for this package will be in our private Facebook foreclosure rescue page. I will not be taking phone calls. I will not be taking phone calls for this package. No phone calls for this package. And the reason for that is because of the high volume of interest in this document, because a lot of people need to get back in their home. And a lot of people have been told by the attorney, that's it, there's nothing you can do, it's over. Well, it's not over until you'll go sit down and give up. Now, oh, also, this document easily converted into a motion for summary judgment if you're in court right now fighting. And the reason I like to have this motion be the summary judgment is because when you file a summary judgment, it forces the other party to actually address the issues in the summary judgment. They can't get around the summary judgment just by saying blah, 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 and have the attorney saying a bunch of crap. That's not going to fly. So this motion would be perfect if you're already in court fighting for $75. You could get an opportunity now to throw a pass into the end zone and demand summary judgment based off the issues and a lack of jurisdiction. So if you've been robbed of your house in foreclosure court and you're willing to invest $75 in your fight to get back in your house, click the link, go to the product page, and get your demand to vacate the foreclosure judgment so you can get back in court with a different strategy. Also, click the other link and review our website. Thank you. I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, don't forget, subscribe, click that bell down there so you don't miss anything, and please share our site. And we will see you in the next video.